Bitches love to spend 2 years on a project only for it to get 20,000 views in its first week.
Looks like I'm bitches. That's me. Hi.
Let's talk about it. Back in 2022, I started a project that I tentatively called the Penumbra Essay. It was a fun side project commitment that I had for myself where I was going to sit down and attempt to document pretty much every single important connection that Deltarune and Undertale had made to Toby Fox's unreleased song Penumbra Phantasm. What I slowly discovered over time was that Penumbra Phantasm had its irons in many fires, from the seemingly innocuous, like the door in Deltarune, to being hidden in plain sight in hopes and dreams for several years. It was a labor born entirely of love, and I learned a lot about what it actually takes to be a proper video essayist. I made a tight script that people claimed they didn't even notice had been an hour long until time had passed for them. I learned how to keyframe animate in my editing program of choice, and I even overhauled the entire art direction of my channel solely for the sake of this one documentary length video. It took me months to figure out a proper system of how to edit down audio for this, and it took much longer than that to actually make the essay in my editing software itself. I am extremely proud of myself for the amount that I was able to accomplish with that video, but I knew going in that whatever I would receive financially from making this video would never really recoup the amount of time I actually spent putting into it. And that's fine. I didn't do it solely for the money. But we are in a weird sort of limbo here where I have to acknowledge that financially, on paper, this project was a total flop for me. I'm not going to disclose how much I made from it for just my own peace of mind, but I will say that I earned almost as much as I made on this video as I had for the Monty video. And you'd think that would be a good thing, but I only received payment for the Monty video after those 400,000 views had petered out. So where does this leave me, and where does this leave my channel? I'm thrilled with the amount of people who left positive comments on the Penumbra Phantasm video, but I genuinely wasn't expecting for that to translate onto my other videos as well. My video on ocean theory did twice as well as I had expected it to, and I didn't even expect for that Love and Deep Space Caleb video to break 100 views, much less 1,000. I would love to be able to spend more of my free time doing exactly this because I really do care about video editing, and I think that this is such a fun niche thing to get into, but, well, to be honest, your boy really likes to eat, and he likes to be able to have a roof over his head. I'm not joking when I say that I make barely a pittance on this channel, and it's hardly even enough to be able to cover my internet bill each month, much less be able to save up for rent. And please do not take this as me complaining. I am thrilled that I even got as much support as I had on those past videos. This just means that I have to go back to plan A and take a step back. But what does this mean for the channel? What does this mean for you guys? On your end? Not much. Let's make this fun though. Let's have a list of arbitrary goals. Number 1. In 2025, I would like to release at least one video a month. Now, that may not sound like much, but you have to remember, I'm a kind of guy who likes to release 1-hour documentaries out of nowhere. This leaves as a fun grab bag of quality for you guys. Am I going to release something simple yet introspective like Deltarune and the Art of Escapism? Or am I going to drop a 4-hour-long caffeine-induced retrospective on how the Marvel movies did a propaganda? Who can say? I can say. You probably won't have any idea. Goal 2, something even more arbitrary that I have absolutely no control over. I want to get to 10,000 subscribers this year. There's no particular reason for this because I find that YouTube subscribers don't fully and accurately correlate to a channel's quality, but it's a nice round number and it's a fun word to say. 10,000 subscribers. Is that number more than double the amount of subscribers I've made in the past 2 years? Yes. Do I think it's possible? Maybe.
Just have to see.
This also corresponds to goal 2A. I would like to have the number of people pledging to my Patreon this year reach the double digits. I'm not gonna say how much I'd like to be making from Patreon a month because I think that would be tacky, but the dream would be that I would be making enough that I could healthily consider investing back into the channel. That leads into goal 3. I know it. Everyone's been asking for it. I would like to be able to get a better microphone this year. However, microphones are expensive, even used ones. If you are someone who has or has considered leaving a comment on any of my videos along the lines of, "Great video! Audio needs work though." I know. Trust me, I know. I'm working on it. I live in a shoebox. We are working with what we have here. This next goal is also kind of outside of my control and really just depends on how the next few months are going to be going for me. But I would really love for goal number 4 to be to start semi-regularly streaming. I have an upcoming video that I would really love to make about some semi-obscure indie game titles, which means that there's not a lot of prepared B-roll footage that I can find for them. And since said games are so obscure, not a lot of them have been properly documented on the internet, which I think could be a really, really interesting thing to view in real time. Again, this is a goal that is somewhat outside of the realm of my control right now, but it is one that I am rather interested in being able to do, so let's hope that this works out for me. Now, if you're a active subscriber who would like to support me but doesn't have the financial means to do so, this next goal is for you. Number 5, I would love for there to be more active people in my Discord server. It is not only the most reliable way for you to get notifications for any of my upcoming videos, but also has dedicated channels where viewers and I can get into in-depth discussions about the contents of said videos. If you want to cash in on that parasociality, now is a very good time to do so. Number 6 is that one image of Vash saying, "Can you stop fucking around?" A goal that I've already somehow accomplished this year, so it's not going to go on the list, is I got my first scam subscriber this year. For a new microphone, no less. So clearly I'm doing something right. However, I would love to be able to get a actual subscriber this year. I don't think it would be in the cards for me because I cannot foresee myself getting the numbers or subscribers that would look good for a company to want to back me financially, but that would be really cool. I'd say the video that might be the most likely to get sponsored this year is the Love and Deep Space deep dive, as it were, but I'm not holding my breath for it. Either way, really funny for that to be the goal that I completed already this year. I guess we're on the right track. So yeah, I have a lot of irons in the fire for 2025, and I hope that I will not only be able to get these goals, but to perhaps even surpass them. As I said in the video about going viral, you never know what's going to happen to you on the internet, so all I can do is put in the work and enjoy the ride. Oh, speaking of putting in the work, goal 7, I want to make more videos specifically about my OCs and how to create original characters. I have this entire fun mini-series planned about how to not only rework your characters that originally existed in the realm of fan fiction to be a lot more original, but also how to rework these characters if they were originally created alongside someone else. These are subjects that I see a lot of people having issues with, but nobody specifically really talking about online, and I think that it's a really interesting perspective to share. At the end of the day, that kind of is the thesis statement for all of my videos. Maybe somebody's talking about it, but I haven't talked about it yet. I am the secret target audience for all these videos. They are made in mind for me and my entertainment. But also, I really want to break out of Deltarune circles, because god, could you imagine how funny it would be in, 2026 for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 to drop? People realize that in their notifications is the guy that they subscribe to because he wouldn't shut up about this one specific niche Toby Fox song. And in between some really analytical narrative deep dives, he just drops this fucking video about wanting to kiss Choso Kamo of Jujutsu Kaisen.